How can I create an effective PPC campaign for my local business? It's probably a question you're probably asked yourself before, right now, or maybe sometime in the future. And in this video, I want to make sure that you have the tools and the general understanding of actually how to go ahead and execute that. My goal is that you actually have a campaign that is profitable, that produces return on investment, and something that actually turns into sales rather than just clicks. So I want to go ahead and go through everything. I'm not going to pull up Google Ads or anything like that. That's something you can do. It's more of like take notes, listen to what I say, and then go ahead and do it. If you even want to do it with me as I speak, that's fine. But the first thing is honestly define your goals. Define your goals and your target audience. So when you want to get started, I try to tell people this in previous videos, but always think about like the end results, like reverse engineer things, and think about the ideal customer you want. If you are an HVAC company, you do AC and heating and things like that. Do you want someone who wants to install a whole new unit, or do you want somebody who maybe just wants the quick repair or maintenance? You most likely want those replacement or installation jobs. So if you are going to run PPC campaigns, which is usually Google search or Bing search, your main focus should reflect that. And when you generate keywords, so you have to start asking yourself questions so that way you can reverse engineer everything. And even more so than that, ask yourself, what do you want from it? Do you want calls? Do you want forms? Or do you want people messaging you like on Facebook, Instagram, or like a live chat? Like what type of means of communication do you want? Because that is also going to affect your strategy depending how you structure your landing page and things like that. Other things to kind of go ahead and expand on this in my next point is to dive more into keyword research. So as I mentioned before, if you're HVAC company or whatever you are, you want to sell a high ticket product with your ads. If you're paying, doing PPC, and you need to do keyword research to figure out how much you should be paying for these keywords. There are also probably going to be other keywords when you do keyword research that you didn't think about before, and maybe that there's not a lot of competition on those keywords and the cost per click is lower, but there's still the search volume. If you can use certain tools, I think there's SEMrush or just a free keyword planner inside Google Ads, like the dashboard, that is more than enough. That's really good itself. So it even gives you, the general like average cost per click on the high end cost per click, and it can even discover new keywords for you. So definitely use Google's tools because they're the ones who have the most data into the platform than if you were to use, other tools like SEMrush, which costs money and things like that. The next point I have is to go ahead and create compelling ad copy. So always try to make sure that your ad copy flows really well. I would even say for a lot of businesses, unless you're super professional, like if you're a very big company, not big company, but like if you are more B2B, you probably don't want to have any like lingo or kind of like slang necessarily in your ad copy. But if you're more just kind of mom and pop, or just like, it's you, maybe a couple crews, and you're more of a chill person and you just want, to grow your business and kind of have fun with it, I always recommend throwing very casual language. Don't be afraid to just, speak how you would normally speak to a friend or something like that, because people want to see something that looks familiar. And at the same time, when you're creating ad copy, you need to make sure that someone who's say 12 years old can read it, because the average reading, capabilities of people is about 12 years old. So the people who are the most successful when it comes to sales and copywriting and writing ads, it's not people who went to Harvard and who could be, professional writers and all this. It's people who can convey the point in as little words as possible. Those are the people that are successful. And you need to master that skill when you're running your ads. People need to know exactly what you do. They want to know a benefit, and they want to understand and feel like you're relatable to them. And you also have to kind of know your demographic too. Is it more male, more female, what age group? And then kind of think about what would my ideal customer, what kind of verbiage and how are they talking in day to day? What's important to them? Because women, the HVAC company, they're definitely going to want to value reviews. They're going to want to value like reviews, testimonials, but safety, right? And are you insured, licensed, things like that? Because they're letting a stranger come into their home and say it's just them. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking. So you got to think like that. Whereas if it's a man and he's older, like you could just kind of mention maybe your speed, that you guys don't talk bullshit. Okay, but you wouldn't say that, but like, you know what I mean? Like you guys are just straight to the point, quick, easy, and then you would have maybe some show your work, make it more logical rather than empathetic. The next point I have here is to go ahead and leverage just as many tools within Google Ads as possible. So they have ad extensions, which are called assets now. So this is like call extensions within your pay-per-click ads. You can add image, lead forms, which I don't really recommend, site links, call outs, promotions. Like there's a bunch of things you can add within your Google Ads campaign and max it out. Because at the end of the day, just like real estate, right? People want to pay for billboards and they want big, like bigger is better. On Google Ads, the more assets and extensions and stuff that you have, the bigger bigger real estate you're gonna have digitally, right? So you want to increase your digital real estate, and by adding all these site links, that's gonna be a great way to do it. The next thing is optimize your landing page. Even if you set up a PPC campaign like the best, you say you had me do it, the best. And even if I have it the best, if the landing page itself that it's going to, where all the traffic is landing, the website, if that page sucks, it doesn't matter how good of a job I've done. No one's gonna convert, no one's gonna call you, no one's gonna fill out a form, no one's gonna message you, no one's gonna start a live chat, nothing. Because it's 50% of the entire thing. Someone sees an ad, they like it, they click, but if they land on something, it's not relevant at all, or it just looks like crap, or it's too complicated, there's too many things going on, they're gonna swap off and go elsewhere. They will literally click and go somewhere else because they want ease. They want something simple. They want it to make sense and they want it relevant. So focus on that website landing page because that is half the battle when it comes to pay-per-click. And then one other thing, location targeting. If you want to be very specific, you can go zip code targeting in Google Ads. You don't have to just do a radius, but I always like doing the radius as well. But you do zip codes, you can exclude certain zip codes, you counties or whatever. So just, try to set things up that work best for you. I don't know if you just want to work in like the high-end zip codes or whatever that may be, but that's something to think about. And then the last thing is just monitor and adjust your campaigns. Optimization is very important. I made a video not too long ago talking about the first month results I had with the client, kind of expectations that other people should have. The first month's rough, but once you go ahead and dive into the data and you monitor it, make optimizations, within a short amount of time, you can flip things around and get really good results. Like if you spent like $500-600 and you haven't got a conversion, but maybe you look in the data and you kind of see where things are falling off, wherever it may be. If you can fix those things and start seeing improvement, imagine what your campaign will be after 3 months. You will literally have like a money printing machine. So don't give up, just monitor and optimize it. If you would like any more information on how I could possibly help you with your entire marketing platform with PPC ads or even Facebook ads, anything like that, I'd love to talk about your goals, see if I can help. I do something where I can go ahead and build out everything for you and then you'll go ahead and run it yourself. Or if you want somebody to just take care of all of it for you, that is also an option as well. But I don't even know if I can help you. If worst case scenario, you'll just get some free advice, some free tips on something that I would do in your case. So without further ado, go ahead and close this out and see you guys in the next video. See ya.